Is good up, guys? What is good, you guys? Today is it's not like one of the videos that you've been expecting, but it's interesting because I wanted to make a video about this because it seemed interesting, and uh, I don't know if it was actually supposed to be in the makings. I don't know if it was, to be honest with you, but I wanted to make this because I've been absent for so long, and it feels like I need to fill in everything that I missed and fill in everything that I didn't do and did do. And yeah, mainly because of family. Well, sort of family. Family, business, and gaming. Which the next time you will see me play on my phone will not be. I don't know. I really have no clue, honestly. I really don't know, to be honest with you. When the next phone video is going to be, I have no clue. But yes, let's get into the video. Um, we're gonna watch like three analog dinosaur horror game clips. They're not really that long. I don't think they are. I don't think they would be. They don't really look that long, honestly. Like this one's 19 minutes and 38 seconds. Also, the person who made this, please don't copyright me. Shout out to this dude. Shout out to this dude. He's very cool. Very, very cool. And I mean very cool. Like, like I'm not even joking. Like, cool. This is Monodon Log 19 Jurassic Park found footage VHS analog horror Jurassic Park. Follow The following footage was captured on Isa Nublar in 1991 of November for training purposes only. Engines Trading Division behavior. Operation log subject Velociraptor. I don't know what that says. Recorded by R. Madon. Melda. There it is. There's the tape 19. Oh my god.
Nick, stay in the truck.
Dude, don't tell me this is fucking AI, bro.
Arnold.
Dude. Oh shit, hold on. You can see what thing it is. Jurassic Park Personal Cam O2 R. Morgan Game Warner, which is on 24th of November in 1999. I mean 1991.
Arnold. We'll do it, Nick. Stay in the truck, Nick. Don't get out. Yep, I saw him stumble. Still behind the crate. Okay. Try calling control again. Yep.
Dude, I can't even tell if this is like like the way that it moved looks like it's AI, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's not. It shouldn't be. Dude, you know what's crazy? That was like a baryonyx or some shit. I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, this is clip number one. This is clip number one. It's gonna be 19 minutes. The next one that I'll find is 2 hours and 38 minutes. Jesus. I'll try to find shorter clips like these. Damn, 353K in 2 weeks. Oh shit. Yeah, that has to be AI. There's no fucking way. He would have been dead already if that wasn't real. Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm trying to debunk like all the things that's happening right now. Obviously, I think it's AI. Obviously, it's AI. Now, I can't tell if it's AI or if it's just how it looks, but you know what? Listen, man, I can't tell. Like, I'm old. How the fuck does this happen in the first place? Um, oh god. What the hell is going on? Oh.
The baryonyx is sedated and stable. She's breathing well. Heart rate's elevated, but not dangerously so. That's to be expected under the current circumstances. Jerry Harding has not arrived yet. The crane crew managed to lift her out of the jungle about
And this is
10
from
minutes
Jurassic
ago,
Park,
set her back on the main road
by
for
the way.
examination.
I don't even know how
Strap her
this is
for
even
transfer.
possible.
Quite a sight, I'll admit.
How did they
600
make
kilograms of angry
baryonyxes
theropod hanging from cables.
in Jurassic
Not
Park?
something
That's
to forget
so
quickly.
interesting.
From what I can piece
Because
together,
they're
the
normally
accident began
like
after she violently
Velociraptor,
thrashed about in her container.
T-Rex, Dilophosaurus,
Subsequently, she took a hard fall.
Stegosaurus,
The impact must have disoriented her
Triceratops,
badly.
Parasaurus,
Baryonyx are usually quite sure-footed animals,
Brachiosaurus, all
low
those.
center of gravity,
That's so interesting.
powerful hind limbs, excellent balance. This one wasn't thinking clearly. She staggered after the container broke open, crossed the concrete roadside barrier, and wandered straight into the jungle. Didn't get far, 20 meters perhaps, then collapsed, likely from shock, trauma, or neurological disorientation. Could be all three. What concerns me is that this behavior doesn't entirely fit simple panic. A frightened animal runs fast. This one stumbled, moved as if she had no sense of orientation
Wait,
at all.
is
That
he awake?
suggests
She awake?
possible head trauma, concussion perhaps,
She's awake.
inner ear damage as well.
I can't tell if that's
If that's
either.
the case, we may be dealing
I
with
can't tell if
more
she's
than
awake or if she's like
Baryonyx
sleeping
are
with her eyes.
semi-aquatic hunters. They rely heavily on coordination, balance, and fast reaction
Or she
speed.
can't even do
Compromise
anything
those
because
systems,
she's like
and you don't just have an injured animal.
caught
You have
from
an
the
animal
people,
that may never
from the
hunt or
humans.
move normally again. That's what worries me.
Oh, she's awake
Right
alright,
now, we'll be
but I don't know
checking
how,
pupils,
like,
level
why she's
response, and cranial reflexes.
Oh, that's
Hopefully
freaky
she
as fuck.
simply needs rest, but until she wakes and we observe her properly, I'm not making any assumptions.
But cool though. Very cool.
A fence diagnostic unit, patented by InGen. Simple device, really. Measures voltage across
Like, at
localized
this point,
sections of
I
electric
know it
fences.
just seems like
Control
it's...
gives us alerts and readouts, but that system only shows broad fluctuations across the park. A bird's eye overview. Useful but not precise. This unit
We're
is
about
more
to see the
practical.
thumbnail. Oh! So it happened a day later, the 25th of November of 1991. By the way, I think my dad was like 7, I believe. 7? No. No. I think he was 6. Maybe. He was born in 86, but he might have been 5, actually. 5. Yeah, he's 5. He was 5 during that year. Absolutely crazy. I was just not even born yet.
Such isolate fence performance in granular microfractures in insulators, corrosion in the wiring, current leakage through wet grounding points, the sort of wear and weather damage that doesn't always trip an alarm, but still weakens the fence enough to matter. And with animals like these, weak enough is all they need.
Oh my god, it's a
The
velociraptor.
objective is straightforward. Find any weakness in the current. Any section weak enough that our friends inside could push
Look
through
at that.
or otherwise
So
traverse
cool.
the wires without receiving a full charge. I'm almost certain one of the raptors here got out and killed Sam. The question is how?
Sam? Who the fuck
The
is
raptor
Sam?
from the electrical substation and the one I
I don't
shot in the
remember Sam
river,
from the fucking
those
Jurassic
remain
Park.
troubling anomalies. I still can't
I remember
account for
Sarah,
that.
but that's from like the
More and
second.
more I'm beginning to suspect something unusual is happening during transport from Isla Sorna. Some kind of containment anomaly.
Oh shit, that's right, yeah.
Human error, mechanical failure, or something worse. That's a
This is
separate matter.
The
But
app, like
things
before
first,
the
I need to
aftermath
determine
of,
whether these girls have
like
found a
way
way out of
before
this enclosure.
Jurassic Park.
They've tested fences for as long as I've known them. Not mindlessly either. Systematically. Watching, learning, probing for weaknesses. That's what makes
They
them
are smart,
dangerous.
but I didn't realize they were that
They
smart.
don't simply attack barriers, they study them. And today I'll find out whether their persistence has finally paid off. Though I will admit Hammond made a fair point. If they truly can escape this enclosure, then why return? Why come back into captivity? I haven't been able to answer that. A predator doesn't willingly surrender freedom, not without a reason, which leaves me with two possibilities. Either they aren't escaping at all, or they're leaving for purposes we still don't understand. Frankly, I'm not sure which possibility concerns me.
Okay, maybe
It's really got
okay.
me thinking.
I know it's fake, but come on now.
What are you doing?
Oh god.
Ah, shit. There goes the voltage meter. InGen is really going to hate me.
Oh god. Oh, a day later. that sound? What is that? Oh no! Dude, what the fuck? If I have any fangirls or fanboys, what is that? It's empty. Oh, there's copyright there. The hell is that sound?
Planet Fitness for $1
Oh,
down and
god
get
damn it.
3 free months of Apple Music. Had a chance to see her again this morning. She definitely did suffer a concussion at minimum, possibly vestibular trauma.
She has trauma. Okay.
The past couple of days she's been behaving.
Dude, that looks exactly like a crocodile. I'm not even joking.
Disorientation. She was fittingly named Daisy.
Daisy.
If there's swelling
So
in
the
the brain or
baryonyx has a
internal
name.
bleeding, her
Her name's
condition
Daisy.
could worsen very quickly. But Jerry's apparently quite confident that the bleeding has stopped, confirmed by imaging of her skull. We're keeping her here in this holding pen alone for the moment, and on Jerry's say-so, we'll be moving her into the baryonyx exhibit, where she'll be reunited with her penmates. They
Oh, that's
arrived here
right.
yesterday
That's
without
right.
issue.
They had a. What the hell? That's right. They had two baryonyxes, actually. Ani's a new one.
Dig this section up to install a moat around the enclosure, and here's one of our new additions. Essentially a bipedal crocodile, for lack of a better description. This is Violet, one of our 4 baryonyx. They are all just over a year old.
Hey,
but
Violet.
she'll be towering
How you
a few
doing?
feet over me
I
in
know you
no
can't
time.
fucking hear me or
And here we've got the animal's
communicate
namesake.
English or say
Baryonyx means heavy
speak English,
claw.
but
Hers aren't full size just yet, but she'll use them to... Violet, more like violence. She's still on edge because she's in a
she's
new
violent,
home.
alright.
Designing a habitat for a
So we got
semi-aquatic
Daisy,
predator
Violet.
is rather more complicated
There's 4.
than simply digging
Wait,
a large
I
pond
only saw
or
2 in the
isolating a
movie.
branch of the jungle river. Baryonyx spend a
Fallen
great deal
Kingdom.
of time
That's
moving
interesting.
between the land and water.
That's very
So the
interesting.
banks have to be shallow enough to prevent
When I
slips,
saw the movie.
but firm enough to
Like back
support
when I
nearly
saw
a
the
ton
movie.
of animal climbing out repeatedly daily.
I'm trying to rewatch all the Jurassic Park
A
movies.
predator that feeds largely
From
on
like
fish
Jurassic
produces
Park
an enormous
to
biological load. We really don't want
Dominion.
guests to arrive at this exhibit.
Oh no, Rebirth.
only to be greeted
Rebirth.
by
That's
the
right.
smell of
I forgot
rotten
they made
fish.
Rebirth.
Without continuous filtration,
Well, I mean,
the water
Rebirth
becomes
was
toxic
like
quickly. We've also incorporated varying depths throughout the enclosure. Environmental complexity is every bit as important as security. A well-designed enclosure shouldn't simply contain an animal. It should allow it to behave like one. Violet's becoming familiar with the prey items in the river. Baryonyx are piscivores, and the jungle river is stocked full of tilapia and catfish. So Violet's most likely judging which prey would be easiest to ambush. Rather than chase fish through the river, Baryonyx
I probably would have named it something like even more cooler and more like badass, like Theodore the Third, or maybe like Fred or something, or maybe Thomas the Fourth, or oh wait no, that'd be boys' names. These are girls. Badass girl name probably be Jill or Claire, you know, or you know, other shit. I don't know other names. I mean, Daisy and Violet are like kind of like rare names. Like you don't really hear those names like anymore or at all anymore. I don't know. I really know though.
Perfectly still in shallow water. The fish gradually stop noticing them. Once one swims within range, the animal will strike.
So that one's
Sit
Daisy.
and wait
The other
predation is
one's
a
Violet.
far more efficient strategy than constant pursuit.
Out of the
And
four,
one you'll see
two out of the
employed by
four.
everything from crocodiles to herons. That one's name is Rose.
Oh, Rose.
She's the youngest of the group.
So we've got
What she's doing there
Daisy,
is called
Rose,
gait,
and Violet.
similar to a crocodile, but not for quite the same reasons. Most dinosaurs aren't truly cold-blooded. We believe they produce a fair amount of their own body heat. But in this tropical climate, they still need to dump excess heat. Holding the mouth open exposes the moist tissues of the mouth and throat, helping them cool off. If anything, it's a sign she's comfortable. And comfortable animals make my life easier. Let's go find our last baryonyx.
Yep. They make your life easier.
The plesiosaur tank, now empty thanks to my stupidity.
They have fucking
Rest in
plesiosauruses
peace,
too?
little buggers. I'm sure InGen will have replacements soon. We're not here for that. Here's the underwater view through to the baryonyx enclosure.
Okay.
It's been given a river aesthetic, as opposed to the deep sea look of the marine reptiles exhibit behind me. And with any luck, we'll get to see the last baryonyx.
Dude, imagine if it breaks the fucking glass and eats him.
No, it's a no-show. Nope, here she is. This is the eldest and the largest of our baryonyx. And continuing the naming convention, this, of course, is Hyacinth.
Hyacinth? I'm assuming he's a boy, right? Hey, there's the 3 out of the 4 baryonyxes. I don't know. We got Violet, Rose, and Daisy, right? Or is it Violet, Rose, and
Apart from the mishap the
Hyodor,
other night,
or Hyodor,
I like it when
whatever the
things
fuck
just work out.
his name was.
Gatekeeper, crane is powered down. Good
Okay,
to approach.
we're 2 days ahead. We're on November 28th of November of 1999. And this is camera 13, the helmet on his helmet. And it is 8:26 p.m. It's nighttime. It's dark.
See it. Just open her up and let the scent canister inside do the work.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is a bad idea.
Okay, done.
Oh, I see it. It's right there.
Still don't see it. She'll come.
Wow, these variances are smart. Oh fuck.
What happened?
Oh.
Oh no, he's
Oh.
dude, how deep is that? Oh shit.
Get into the container. Raise you up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. Lift me up. Lift me up.
Well, he died. Well, damn. And that's clip number 1 out of the, I think I should show you guys 7 clips. Like 7 videos. This is clip number 2 of, the 7 I'm going to show you. Obviously, you could look up there. It is the first ever monologue analog VHS tape for Jurassic Park. I think. I don't really know. First video of first video of this playlist or series, actually, should I say? Interesting. I'm probably gonna try and watch all of them, honestly. Like, to be honest with you. So this might be long. This might be very long. Oh, that one said September of I don't know, of 1991. So that was like before, way before.
Robert Muldoon, Game Warden, Isla Nublar. Feeding procedure for Velociraptor and Heropis. The date is September 1st, 91. I'm standing here at the raptor enclosure prior to the evening feeding cycle. I will now document the feeding process, which I think is not as efficient as I would like. There are still many things that need smoothing out, but I want to keep it professional and objective in this log. Here, at the entry gates, we have a staggered system whereby doors can only be opened once further doors have been locked, similar to the double doors of a walk-through aviary in any zoo, where visitors close one door before opening the other to prevent birds from escaping. The birds in here, however, won't just escape, they'll gut you to death. But like I said, the system needs refining. As it stands currently, only selected carnivore handlers and myself are permitted to feed the raptors. Let me show you how that's done. The authorized handler will use his swipe card to enter the buffer enclosure with a live animal, usually a cow. We've tried feeding the raptors beef, lamb, chicken, pig, you name it, but they won't touch the stuff. They need living prey because they want to hunt. They want to coordinate and take down a live animal. So we've resorted to bringing in a cow or a goat once every 3 days or so. The handler will lead the cow into this enclosure. This buffer enclosure is double-fenced with a steel barricade internally, and then a 10,000-volt electric fence externally,
I think
mounted
like
on concrete
95
slabs
tons.
which extend 10 feet underground to prevent the raptors
Is
digging.
that correct? No. There's no, like 45 tons.
The enclosure, as you can see, is fortified on both sides and from above to prevent the
That
raptors
still
leaping,
feels wrong.
because
Maybe
they're
like-
astonishing jumpers, easily clearing 10
Yeah,
feet plus.
wait, no.
Now, this is the actual feeding enclosure. And again, the handler uses his swipe card at the scanner to open the gates like so. This pen opens up to the Velociraptor exhibit that visitors will see on the tour once the park is up and running. So that means where I am standing now is the rear of the Raptor exhibit, out of sight from the Explorer Tour track. I personally don't think any
Is getting
child
into the
visiting
park,
this park should see a 6-foot
like,
reptile
free? Or is it
eviscerating
like
a
you
poor
have to
cow,
cost?
and that's why we
Like,
feed
you have
them
to
away
pay
from
money
public
for it.
eyes.
Because if you have to pay money
Once
to
the
get
cow is
into the
brought
park
into this
while
pen,
also
the
buying
handlers
shit
exit,
there,
locking this gate, and
there
then
I
proceed
don't
out the
even know.
buffer enclosure. It is only once both gates have been closed and the handler is safely behind two locked gates that the raptors are permitted to enter this enclosure and feed. This fence, as well as the electric fence beyond, slide open and the raptors enter where I am currently standing. For obvious reasons, I will not open this gate. But that is essentially the gist of how we currently feed the raptors here, while the construction of the raptor pen a little further away reaches completion, and we transport the pack there. Now, if we look out into the raptor enclosure, there are 5 female animals in here. We bred 8 originally, and then 2 more were cloned on Sauna, but 1 did not survive transport to the park, leaving 1 big one to join the pack in here. When she came in, she took over the pride, killing half the original brood. Just 4 days ago, the big one killed a smaller raptor. So I'm always watching her.
What? Wait.
I don't believe we'll spot
Pause
any
real
of
quick.
them.
Well, let's rewind that again.
Not survive transport to the park, leaving 1 big one to join the pack in here. When she came in, she took over the pride, killing half the original brood. Just 4 days ago, the big one killed a smaller raptor.
She killed her own kind and what? Probably ate it. I'm assuming cannibalistic behavior. What is that? What even is that? I don't know. But you know what? It's interesting.
So I'm always watching her. I don't believe we'll spot any of them right now, and that's probably because they are nocturnal animals, as are a lot of predators today.
Wait. What?
I've had many discussions with John about feed timing and whatnot.
Wait, hold on.
And possibly
Velociraptors are
switching to
nocturnal.
nocturnal feeding,
How?
as daytime may cause stress and agitated behaviors.
Oh, wait. Do you think they put like owl and bat inside of them? Like DNA?
The last thing we want is an agitated velociraptor, believe me. And on that
I believe
note,
you, man.
that completes this log
I
of
believe
the
you.
feeding procedures. What the? Is that another? Shit. So, as I documented earlier this afternoon, another raptor was killed. She was removed from the enclosure by a chopper, which was a disaster. She sustained a massive
You know
laceration
what?
to her underside
I think
and bled out.
like
My
Jurassic
guess
World
is the big one took her out,
Evolution 2
but
does
the
that.
enclosure cameras didn't
Where it's
capture.
like you can like
There's only so many
teleport the
cameras
dead
you can place
body to
across an enclosure
somewhere
the size of several
so
football
like
fields covered in dense
like the
vegetation.
dinosaurs don't get infected or sick from the spreading of the deceased dinosaur.
The surveillance footage from last night, after the dead raptor was removed, only raised more questions. I noticed the remaining 3 females being very busy, but I couldn't spot the big one. Anyway, another one down. 4 remaining raptors. I'll document the raptor pack dynamics tonight. They're bound to change after another member dies. They go at the fence every night, never attacking the same place twice. They test the fences for weaknesses systematically. They learn and they remember.
What the fuck is with the blurry ass reading? Writing. I mean, not writing. Letters. God damn it. Oh my god.
That big one is a real problem. She's costing Hammond hundreds of thousands. When she was introduced, the dynamics of the pack changed significantly.
Might as well kill her.
Dominant from the start and absolutely lethal to any raptor that did not fall in line. She shows extreme intelligence, even problem-solving intelligence. That one, when she looks at you, you can see she's working things out. She doesn't test the fences anymore. She watches the others do it for her. They obey her completely. She directs them. I've seen that look before in lions and wolves, but not in reptiles. It's not instinct. It's something else. She's making plans at the moment, and the other raptors are awaiting instructions. This is the big one in the back. And now that they know there's something in the feeding enclosure, we might get to see what I came here for. Their communication is far more advanced than reptiles of today. There's verbal cues and sounds, but there's also eye movements and tail twitches. One thing about the big one is she's fairly stoic in her communication style. She's aggressive when she wants to be, but is not as animated as the others. She'll stand still and stare directly into your eyes for hours. The others I describe as more bird-like in their behavior, with erratic movements. Oh, here we go. She's chosen one of them, and they're off.
What the fuck?
These two are a few years older, and they seem to be the most loyal to the big one. They seem to be quite obedient to her. But where did she go? See, that's what she does. She gives out orders and then sits back and watches. And these two clowns do her bidding. I've never seen one of them in contact with the fence for such a long time. Jesus Christ, I think she fried herself. You were here to distract me. Clever girl.
Hey, I mean, that is one of the raptors.
The following morning, the big one and her two remaining minions were tranquilized so that our vets could enter the enclosure and inspect the raptor's injuries.
Why do they, like, go to sleep like that, bro? They're so interesting.
She sustained third-degree burns to all four limbs and lacerations to her mouth before being hurled some 40 feet away from the electric fence. She smelled of charred meat. Consequently, she died. This raptor in particular was far younger than the others. My guess is the big one picked on her specifically to test another region of the electric fence. This one mustn't have had the experience that the other raptors had and couldn't manage to execute the task without frying herself in the process. I would almost feel sympathy for her if I didn't have an obsessive need to have them all destroyed before one of them eventually figures out how to escape their enclosure. The sedated raptors were moved from this enclosure to a far more reinforced pen. Unfortunately, that wasn't without another casualty.
Oh, I remember that, actually. Interesting. Okay. Alright, this is clip number 2. I mean, number 3.
And there she goes.
This is September 3rd of 1993. I mean, 1991.
With a lot of you.
I think it showed like a stegosaurus or something.
Now there's
on
some
this one?
checks I need to get done before I can follow the team over to wherever they'll take the dead raptor. The other girls were tranked with the ketamine dart, a general fast-acting anesthetic used to immobilize wildlife, along with xylazine, a sedative, to keep the raptors asleep for when we need to work with them. Now, despite how much I wish they all perished, unfortunately, I do have to check on how they are taking to the tranquilizers, because one, if I don't, Hammond will strangle me with his bare hands, bless his soul. He's left the island for a short trip to see his daughter. And two, side effects are common for these drugs, so it's imperative that we check on the animals after administering any medication. The last thing I want is to have to tell John that we lost 2 raptors in his absence. This is one of the big ones, Minions, the younger of the 2. John calls her Storm, because when she attacks the fence, she puts on an electrical display akin to lightning. I'm not expecting any adverse reactions to have occurred with her, as she's generally in good health. She's been tranked some half a dozen times before too, so I'm not concerned. But we always double check and look for the classic adverse reaction profile just in case. The major one is eyes open. The anesthetic ketamine causes a state called catalepsy, a trance-like state, where the animal appears immobile but still maintains certain reflexes. The muscles around the eyes sometimes don't fully relax and may remain completely or partially open. In this case, as you can see, her eyes are closed, so I'm not concerned about her recovery from the drug. Another sign to look for is increased salivation. I'm definitely not going to handle her muzzle, but judging by the distinct lack of saliva surrounding her jaw, I'd say she's good.
Okay.
Right, the big one next.
It's wearing off!
Bobby, get out of there. She's still drowsy. Robbie, are you clear?
Yeah, it's locked.
The trank and the sedative are wearing off. Is everyone out? Where's Tony?
Yeah, he's safe.
Okay, good. Get into the buffer enclosure and wait for me. I've never seen an animal recover so quickly from a dart. She's still probably got another hour or so of disorientation and drowsiness. But I'm going to back away and exit right now.
She was playing with you.
Christ, I've shot male African elephants in Kenya who took much longer to recover from that sedative. Might have something to do with the osteoderms on the skin, similar to those seen on crocs and alligators. A very tough hide to penetrate. The dart must have found some entry point, but the complete dose mustn't have been administered. I don't know what Wu's cooking up in that lab, but I'd imagine
I don't know what he's cooking up in the lab either.
But then again,
Probably
this is
cooking
no
up something
velociraptor.
good, like
This is John and Henry's theme
some
park
velociraptor,
Frankenstein mishmash
maybe
monster.
Baryonyx, T-Rex,
Pacing behaviors are often
Stegosaurus.
observed in animals in captivity.
Well,
The repetition of this behavior usually correlates to an animal's instinctive needs, such as space, stimulation, or the thrill of pursuit, are constrained or not met entirely. What may appear to visitors as restless
wait, so
movement is
so
in
there
fact
was
a
supposed to be
complex behavioral
5,
signal,
right?
a blend
Or 8
of frustration, heightened intelligence, and an
velociraptors
unfulfilled
in,
drive to
on
hunt.
the
Among the raptors of Jurassic Park, this
Isla Nublar
manifests in a
Island.
particularly calculated form.
I think
The
the big
dinosaurs
one or
stalk the
some
boundaries of their
raptors
enclosure
killed it.
almost on a timed
So that's why
loop.
you only
What's
see 3
interesting
in the
is
movie.
at certain
if I'm
points
not
during
mistaken.
the night, the big one will stand in one dedicated spot. What she does next shocked me the first time I saw it. She appears to be calling to something outside the enclosure.
Three 09 23 57. Oh shit. No way.
And here she is in all her glory, the Velociraptor pen. Not complete, of course. The guys are due to come in a little later and do some horticulture inside. John has them brought over from mainland Costa Rica.
The iconic raptor pen.
I wanted to document some gripes I have with this place. The pen is 70 feet long
Wait, I
by
thought
40
this was
feet wide.
supposed to be Stegosaurus, though.
12 feet.
It shows a
The girls are being
Stegosaurus.
transported into this enclosure a few days from now. The guys coming tonight are supposed to be planting this pen up with
I guess
foliage
Isla
to give the
Nublar was
raptors
like
privacy and to
the
mitigate stress.
captivity
And provide some
island
shade from
that
the
had
sun.
dinosaurs captured.
It is essentially a concrete pit in the ground with an electrified fence ceiling. I'm happy with fortified concrete, as it's almost impossible for the raptors to escape. Almost. Let's head inside so I can reveal my issues. And boy, are there issues. If we come around here, this is the transport door. It allows the transportation container to attach to the pen and a smooth transition to take place, which I love. Inside, here is our new raptor enclosure. Not huge, and that's one of my concerns. We're talking about ambush pack hunters, 3 of them, constrained to living quarters not much larger than your average apartment in Leeds in the UK. These are wild
Sounds
animals that have
bigger
needs, and
than my
furthermore,
apartment, to be
are
honest.
highly intelligent animals. And what happens to highly intelligent animals kept in cramped conditions? They display disordered behaviors. They need space to run. After all, they're not called velociraptors for no reason. These things can match cheetah speeds, 50, 60 miles an hour if they get out in the open. My other concern is why the bloody hell has John approved this containment pen to them anyway? Are raptors not on the tour anymore? Why are they being cloned if their temperament is counterproductive to the park's turnover? It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, my last concern is this. This is the remote-controlled door that is supposed to let the feeders drop a live cow into the pen using a crane. A big, gaping hole in the enclosure that opens several times a week. Just marvelous. She's on her side.
What are her symptoms, small dude?
There's a
I'm not
Stegosaurus.
in close proximity to examine her, Jerry, and I can't get in there at the moment. I'm heading over to the raptors to help Robbie.
Okay, I'll head over soon.
Thanks, Jerry.
No problem.
Always can count on you, Jerry.
At dinner.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Wait, is it dead or is it alive? Or is it sleeping?
Ay, ay, ay. Robert Muldoon, Game Warden, Velociraptor Containment, Isla Nublar. It's the evening of September 9th. I'm documenting the raptor feeding protocol. It started raining, but after a long conversation with John, I have finally been granted permission to perform the procedure at night. Took a bit of back and forth and some nasties were exchanged. He called me an alarmist. I called him a mad scientist, but at the end of the day, no hard feelings either way. I think this will help with raptor aggression.
You're just gonna bring a whole ass cow.
I have Robbie Hadira with me, and he's got tonight's dinner ready.
Her name's Mildred.
Robbie has been warned that naming the food items for the carnivores on this island is an exceptionally bad idea, as it psychologically creates an attachment with the animal, and then you're forced to watch their final moments of life at the hands of the velociraptors. Robbie and I are now standing back within the buffer enclosure, and in the feeder, we've left Bessie.
Mildred.
We've left the poor soul. Once the prey is in the feeder, the handler will exit the buffer.
Bye, Mildred. So sad.
Oh, it'll definitely be a sad farewell soon, Robbie. Now, I want to make note here in particular. It is definitely unusual that the raptor pack has not approached the feeder yet. They are normally pacing about, studying their new prey item eagerly. But then again, this is the very first time we're doing this at night, so they may not be aware of what's happening entirely. I'm going to turn this off and watch for the raptors before proceeding out the buffer and locking both gates. Like I said, they are normally quite excited at this point, attacking the fences. So this is a little odd, I must say. The feeder doors have been opened, yet still no sign of the raptor pack. Bessie's unknownly wandered out in the enclosure.
Poor Mildred.
We might as well call her dead meat at this point. Robbie and I are watching the hunt from the perimeter. I have to add, this is the longest the raptors have taken to respond to prey in their enclosure.
Where are they?
Oh,
I see Storm and her sister, and there's the big one. She's going to make the first strike. What the?
what the hell is that? What the fuck? You know what? I might cut it down to like 4 because I feel like 7's like a little too much. I feel like 7's like way too much. Next clip. Okay, so we're on episode 4, I believe it is. Well, no, not episode 4. Episode 3, but since I already watched like what? Episode, what was it? 19? Episode 19. Episode 19. Um Wait, what? You need members in order to watch this? This? Really? How bad could it be? Really? I mean it. I think that might be just his live streams or something. I really have no clue. But shit, let's get into it. Log 3 VHS tape analog. Oh, tape 3. I didn't realize it said tape 1 and 2. Because I didn't see
Robbie,
tape 1 and
run
2.
to the Jeep and radio Arnold.
Yep.
What? No, 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 no. Where did you go? No, damn. Arnold, you've got some explaining to do.
Robert, calm down. There's probably some sort of misunderstanding.
Run the count right now.
I am. One moment. The computer is analyzing. Okay, done. Total animals expected, 238. Total animals found, 238. Everything's accounted for.
Give me the raptor numbers, Ray.
Velociraptor, total number expected, 4. Total number found, 4.
How can that be, Ray? We have 3 velociraptors.
Well, Wu did approve the transfer of 1 juvenile from the nursery to the enclosure recently, so that makes 4 Muldoon.
He what? 1? Why the hell would he not inform me about that approval?
Muldoon.
And 2, does he even realize that we tranked 3 raptors before entering the enclosure? I had Robbie and Tony in there. And you're telling me there was a 4th animal in there with us?
Muldoon, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you understand that this could have gone incredibly bad?
The new addition was young, only 8
Exactly.
months old.
You guys are.
Wu
No.
wanted her to begin to
No.
integrate into the
He's
pack.
on some.
They're lethal at 8 months,
He's fucking
Ray,
smart.
and I do mean lethal. And secondly, that was no juvenile. That was an adult.
ha ha.
Last night was
The plot
basically a
thickens.
big
Look at that.
heated screaming match. I wanted to put Wu in a chokehold. Christ, the nerve of him to think he can make such decisions without consulting me. I've told Hammond multiple times that the ones that hide indoors behind their computer screens need to keep the people who actually venture out into the park in the loop. Especially with something so non-brainer like introducing a new animal into an enclosure. Double especially if we need to enter said enclosure. Christ, how has gone to his head that Wu. Such a brazen lack of accountability. Anyway, I don't want to make these logs about my rants. So I'm out here at the raptor enclosure this morning. I wanted to capture this new juvenile with the others. I don't care what Ray Arnold and Henry Wu said. I know what I saw. Robbie saw it too. Good thing I caught it on camera, albeit for a few seconds. That thing was an adult, and I'll die on that hill. An 8-month-old wouldn't be more than 2 feet tall. Meanwhile, I wanted to showcase this particular behavior.
You know what's
Here's our
interesting?
3
That was like
girls. I
an
expected them to be
episode ago,
sleeping.
or no,
I'm
2
very
episodes ago.
interested to see this.
How the fuck was
Notice how they arrested.
Was there
I've
another
seen a similar
velociraptor
thing in chimpanzees in
when
Nairobi,
nobody even knew?
where a family
What the
group
fuck?
will rest in a somewhat flexibly organized formation. The raptors here always settle into a rigid arrangement. It's always like this, with the big one in the center and the others by her sides, adopting a more defensive stance at the perimeter. Almost a military formation. Granted, I should have documented this when there were more than 3 raptors present. That would have illustrated my point more definitively. One other thing to note is they always face the same direction when in this formation. It still puzzles me why. They roughly face northeast, always like that.
Oh, that was here.
One last observation. I don't see this so-called new juvenile from last night. I've been here since sunrise and nothing. I've tried to look back through the surveillance camera and motion sensor data from last night. I could not see anything.
It was raining torrents, so I couldn't get anywhere near it last night.
And what did you hear exactly?
I couldn't be sure of the sound of the rain and thunder, but they were all bellowing loudly. And you know Martha and the gang, they're normally pretty silent, so I decided that it was too dangerous to head over in the storm.
Okay, well, I've arrived. I'll have a look.
I'd be down there myself, Muldoon, but John's asked for a full write-up about the stegosaur from yesterday.
What happened with her?
She's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah, and the others were far away from her on the other side of their paddock. When I got inside, I saw little bite marks all over her underside, like something had tried to eat her.
Compies.
Most likely. But could have been anything. There's rats and a bunch of small carnivorous animals all over the island.
Yes, well, I don't see anything out of the ordinary, Jerry.
Okay, then they were probably just rowdy last night during the storm.
Oh, wow.
What is it?
You won't believe this, Jerry. She's fallen into the moat.
What?
An Ankylosaurus. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened to that?
Is that her right here?
No, that's someone else.
Oh shit.
It's Martha.
She must be upset.
Martha the Ankylosaurus. Or is it a hybrid? No way, they didn't have hybrids back then. I mean, I guess we could have.
Yeah, Jerry, I think the fall has killed her. She seems pretty busted. I can see what looks like a broken forelimb.
Damn it. The Euplocephalus never approached the moats. That's so strange.
How did this happen, buddy?
I don't know.
No, I'm talking to Martha.
Get her to give you a full statement, okay?
Something must have spooked her, maybe. Or she got disoriented during the thunder last night. I'm going to need a crane out here ASAP, Jerry.
Yeah, will do.
Ay, ay, ay.
They're usually pretty good about staying away from the moats. They don't even like to step off 1-foot boulders.
I'm in the moat. Is someone coming down with a crane, Jerry?
Yeah, I've called them. They won't be long.
Dude, let me tell
Okay,
you,
good. Did you figure out the Stego's
I've
cause of
improved
death?
a
We took a
lot.
blood sample and ran toxicology. She had raised liver enzymes, and the test came back positive for melia toxin.
Damn. What a way to go.
Yeah, it's sad.
This Anki is definitely dead. For something of this thing's weight, it's quite a fall to sustain. She's not breathing. I assume